Hey guys, so today's video is actually going to be my March favorites. I know I didn't do a favorites video last month, but from the time I did my January favorites video to when February came around, there weren't really any new products that differed from the ones I showed in that video, so I figured it would just kind of be pointless to post February favorites if there was nothing new I was really loving. But from the time I made my January favorites to now, I've collected a few new products in terms of like body care, skin care, makeup, stuff like that. A lot of products that I've been loving, so I figured I would share them with you. So if you want to see my March favorites, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first product I have here is a candle, and I actually mentioned this candle in my last video, which was a haul from Bath & Body Works, Forever 21, Urban Outfitters, and other stores like that. And it's just the cinnamon sugar donut candle, and I was raving about that in this video. And I was raving about that in that video, and since then I've been burning it like crazy, and I love it so much. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it just because I did talk about it a lot in my other video, but I have been loving this lately. When I went in the store to smell it, I didn't really like it that much at first, but I figured I would try it anyway, and so when I bought it and brought it back here and was burning it, it just smelled so much better, and I don't know, I'm absolutely in love with it. And so yeah, this has been my favorite candle of the month. Okay, so the next product is actually from The Body Shop, and I have been looking for this product forever. I've been looking on the Body Shop website in various different Body Shop stores. I've been looking in Ulta and Ulta's website, and I could not find it anywhere for the longest time. But when I went home for spring break, I happened to be going to Ulta just to look for a few new things to pick up. And I finally found it, and I was so excited because I've been wanting to try it forever, like I said. And this is the Tea Tree Face Mask, and it just looks like this. And I know that a lot of beauty gurus here on YouTube have been raving about it, and I did a little bit of research on tea tree oil and realized that it's really good for your face, especially if your skin is acne prone. And so I have tried this mask a few times, and I really do like it. The only thing that's a little strange about it is, like, when I first put it on, after like a minute or two, it started making my face like really hot and warm. And I don't know if that's like supposed to happen, but I mean, I love it. It made my skin feel so smooth after I used it, and diminished a lot of my blemishes, so I definitely love this. It's a little smaller than I expected, but there is like a lot of product in here, so I think it will probably last me a long time. So yeah. Okay, the next thing I have is a skincare item, and this is the Tarte Maracuja Oil. So I actually got this as one of those point perk things that you get from your Beauty Insider card at Sephora. I don't remember exactly how many points it was, but it did come in a small set from Tarte, which came in like a little bag that was a set of deluxe size samples of just different Tarte items. So I know it came with a sample of a Amazonian clay blush. It also came with this, and I believe it also came with a cream eyeshadow, and I actually love all the products that came in there. I've been using the blush a lot. It's in the color Exposed, and I actually am considering buying the full size of the blush. So how I use this is basically after I have washed my face, toned it, and used my acne spot treatment if I need it, then I will put on a very light moisturizer, and only a little bit of it, and then I put this all over my face right before I go to bed. My skin has been a little bit dry lately, but it hasn't been too bad. Usually my skin is combination, so like my cheek area will be pretty dry most of the time, and underneath my eyes is pretty dry, but my forehead and my nose and my chin sometimes tend to get a little bit oily. And I know a lot of people are thinking, like, why are you putting oil on your face if your skin is really oily? Well, I've read a lot of different places that oil is actually supposed to be really good for your skin, especially like these natural oils like maracuja oil, jojoba oil, Moroccan oil, and argan oil, and just things like that. So, and even this, in the directions it says it's meant to be put on your face. So I really love this stuff. It makes my skin feel so moisturized and smooth. When I wake up in the morning, I don't have as many blemishes. You know, my face is generally pretty red, and the redness is gone. So I absolutely love this stuff. I've been using it almost every night for the past like 2 months, and I just love this. It's amazing. Okay, so the next thing is also another skincare item that I've been loving this month, and it is the Clean and Clear Morning Burst Facial Cleanser, the oil-free one, and it's just the orange like formula and bottle. I know that when I picked this up at CVS, there were, I want to say, 2 other kinds. There was one that was for like sensitive skin and one that was for something else, but this is just the original one, and it's oil free. So like I said, my skin tends to be pretty oily in some areas, so I'm constantly looking for a face cleanser that's oil free, that's not going to break me out. And at first I was a little like skeptical to try this just because it has these beads in here, and I didn't know if they would be too like rough on my skin. I do a scrub on my face like usually after I'm wearing makeup just to make sure I get everything off. If I'm not, I'll just try to do it like once a week, but I try not to, you know, use a scrub every day just because, like I said, there are areas of my skin where it is really dry, and if I do that it hurts. So I was kind of scared because I thought these would kind of be like the beads that are in a scrub, but they're not. They're kind of like if you've ever used the antibacterial like hand sanitizer from Bath and Body Works. They're kind of just like those beads that kind of just dissolve when you know, rub them in. So once you rub it onto your face, it turns into a foam and the beads just disappear. But I've been loving this. I only use it in the morning because since I use the oil at night, I try to use a facial cleanser that's a little bit more drying. So I use one with salicylic acid. That's meant for acne, so that my face isn't too overly moisturized, because this does moisturize your face. But yeah, I really love this, and there's a lot in here, so I think this product will last me a long time. So moving on to makeup products, the first product I have here is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, which I know a lot of people have heard of. When I bought this, I was kind of afraid because a lot of people had been giving it mixed reviews. A few people were saying that they really loved it. Other people said they hated it because it made their skin feel a little bit oily. Other people have compared it to the Benefit Professional Primer. I moisturize my face. This is the first thing I put on, and then I put on a regular primer, because unlike the Benefit Professional, this is not a primer. It's just a pore eraser. So I put this on to minimize my pores and just make my foundation appear more smooth when I put it on. And then I put a little bit of regular oil-free primer, and I don't know, I just love this stuff. I know a lot of people, like I said, have said it feels oily. It is silicone based, so a lot of people don't like primers or pore erasers that are made of silicone just because of the way they feel. I do happen to like them. I don't know, it does feel like, at first it did feel a little bit oily, but it's really not that bad, and it's not too oily, and I really do like this stuff. It fills in your pores and makes your foundation go on a lot smoother, so I definitely love this. Okay, so the next 2 products I have here are mascaras, and I actually have 2 favorites this month. One is new and one is just one that I've rediscovered and been using a lot lately. So the first one is the L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara, and it just looks like this. A lot of people rave about this, and I know a lot of people love this. My best friend in high school actually turned me on to this mascara, and ever since then I've literally been repurchasing and repurchasing since, what, like 9th grade? So if that tells you anything, this mascara is amazing, especially for lengthening. It doesn't make your eyelashes clump. It's just, I just love this. So this is the one that I've actually rediscovered. I have a lot of mascaras, so I try to, you know, switch them out and finish ones up that are almost empty, because as you know, mascaras only last a certain amount of time. It's only a few months, so I try to use a couple of them, and then, you know, if I get new ones, I try not to open them till the other ones are used. But I remember that I have been loving this mascara for, you know, since I was in high school, and so I decided to go back to it, and since then I've been using it, and I just absolutely love it. And the next mascara is actually a new favorite. My mom actually gave this to me for Christmas, but I hadn't opened it until I went home for spring break. This is the Benefit The Real Mascara, and I love this. I don't know what it is about it, but this mascara is just amazing. The brush is nice and thin, which I like, and it doesn't leave your lashes clumpy. It lengthens them a lot, and it also helps separate them. I'm just trying to think, like, it's hard to describe what this mascara does for my lashes. I just love it. So the next product is another makeup product, and it is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Auburn. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard of this. I've seen a lot of people talking about it here on YouTube or on beauty blogs and stuff like that. And I've been meaning to try out a new brow product, and so the last time I was in Sephora, I was looking at the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I came across this. I know a lot of people like their brow pencils, but this was cheaper. This was only $18, and I know that seems like a lot for, you know, a brow product, but their pencils are $21. But I know a lot of people have raved about them and, you know, said that they're worth it. But I figured I would try this because I tend to like, you know, gel products better, that I can just use my own brush with instead of a pencil. It really depends on the look I'm going for. Sometimes I do like pencils, but other times I prefer gel. The reason I like this so much is because it's really creamy. It goes on so smooth, and literally the smallest bit goes the longest way. So the next product is another makeup product, and it is the Anastasia Dipbrow Pomade in Auburn. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard of this. And I've been meaning to try out a new brow product, and so the last time I was in Sephora, I was looking at the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I came across this. I know a lot of people like their brow pencils, but this was cheaper. This was only $18, and I know that seems like a lot for, you know, a brow product, but their pencils are $21. But I figured I would try this. The reason I like this so much is because it's really creamy. It goes on so smooth, and literally the smallest bit goes the longest way. Okay, so the final product that I have here is actually a foundation. It is the MatchMaster SPF 15 foundation, and I am in the color 1.0. This is like very light for my skin. It doesn't really match my skin exactly. It's a little bit too light. So when I apply this, instead of setting it like with a setting powder or a different foundation, I tend to set it with a bronzer just to give me a little bit of a glow. But oh my god, this is the best foundation I've ever tried. Ever. I typically don't go for higher end foundations. I just, you know, for the longest time I've been using drugstore foundations, and there are a lot of good foundations in the drugstore, and they're definitely a lot cheaper, and I just really never felt the need to, you know, go to like MAC or Sephora and, you know, pay anywhere from $30 to $50 for a foundation. I just didn't really feel like any foundation out there was worth it. But I actually went to MAC and I was looking for a concealer, and I ended up purchasing the Pro Longwear concealer. And I was asking a saleswoman at MAC, you know, my skin is so oily and literally everything fades off my face within an hour or two. And for me, that's so frustrating. I asked her, like, what foundation would you recommend for this problem, you know, to control my oiliness, something that will stay all day despite, you know, how oily my skin is. And she recommended this one, and she actually gave me a sample of it. If you have oily skin and you have a problem with your makeup fading off, no matter if you wear a primer or a setting powder, setting spray, or whatever, and it doesn't stay on, I would definitely recommend trying this foundation. It's really amazing. So that is actually it for my March favorites, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below if you have tried any of the products that I just mentioned, and if you love them too, or even if you hate them, let me know. Also, I would love to hear what your March favorites have been this month, so you can leave that in the comment section below too. So yeah, that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.